How you doing? This is Coach DeCarlo. Today we're going to talk about the haves and the have more. Now, in Scripture it says, to him who has, more shall be given. But to him who has not, even that which he has will be taken away and given to the one who has in consciousness. So what we want to talk about is moving beyond that mindset from the have and have-nots to the have and have-mores. The truth of the matter is we're all operating from a state of having. Now, what you have to do is get into the mindset of a more abundant lifestyle. The Christ says, I've come that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly. You have this spirit within you. You're a powerful creator, but you have to begin operating from your power. Most of the time, we're operating from an illusion of not being enough. The truth of the matter is, you're more than enough. And what we want to talk about today is how you can begin operating from the more than enough. So we're going to talk about those who have and those who have more. I want you to get into the mindset of being those that have the more. And mostly that comes from a place of recognizing that you have more. You walk from a state of abundance. You don't look at your lack, but you begin taking inventory of what it is that you do have. We're told in the Old Testament that the children of Israel were in the wilderness for 40 years. While they were in that wilderness, they discovered something called manna. Manna was like a bread that rained down from heaven. And this bread sustained them for their 40 years in the wilderness. Whenever they had need, they of course gathered the bread, and each person gathered according to their needs. Some gathered little and some gathered more. But they all had the opportunity to gather as much as they desired. Such is life. The manna, what is it that you desire? It's raining down from heaven. It's the blessings in your life. Now, for those who cannot see the blessings, and the only thing they see is negativity, they tend to reproduce more of the negativity. But for those who can even get a glimmer and begin having an attitude of gratitude and begin giving thanks for the manifestations in their life, what's going to happen is they're going to notice more manifestations. So you begin operating from a place of having, and the byproduct of operating from a state of having is that you'll receive more because you'll be open to it. You'll receive more by way of ideals, by people, by circumstances, just by you being open to the more of the more abundant life. So again, we're talking about those who have and those who have more. You're of the mindset of those who have more when you're operating these principles. So your question is, Coach DeCarlo, how can I begin operating from a place of have more, or what we call the more abundant life? You get to the place of having more by operating from a spirit of gratitude. Begin being thankful for what it is that you have today. Now, we're not talking about inabilities to do things or to have things or to be things, but look at your life and begin taking inventory. Look at what it is that you have. You may just have, as it were, your health. And I shouldn't say you may just have your health. You may have the opportunity to have loved ones around you. You may have the opportunity of having a lavish bank account. Whatever it is, begin to give thanks. Now you say, well, Coach, I don't have anything that I can be thankful for. Well, I don't believe that that's the case, but let's say that that's the case. Even if you don't have anything that you feel that you can be thankful for, think about what it is that you desire, who it is that you want to be, where it is that you want to go. Begin thinking about that and begin celebrating, having an attitude of gratitude, seeing in your mind's eye already going, being, doing the things that you desire to do. Because what's going to happen is it's going to open up doors of opportunity. Now let me also say this. Just because it doesn't manifest overnight you begin thinking in the right way. And all of a sudden, you're looking for your manifestations to take place the next day, the next week, the next month. Sometimes it takes a moment. But what's going to happen is the person that you're going to become by having this transformed mindset. So it doesn't always happen overnight. And I want to say that beforehand so that you don't find yourself discouraged. You have to continue to walk out your abundance. You have to continue to live the more abundant life. You have to continue to live and think more abundantly. This is not something that you do on a whim and say, well, this stuff doesn't work and I'm done with it. If that's your mindset, you weren't committed to the process anyway. But listen, my question to you, what do you have to lose? God says, test me herewith and see if I will not open up the windows of heaven and pour you out such a blessing that there will not be room enough to receive. Think about what it is that you desire. Now, in thinking about that desire, think about how you can serve others so that you can bring about that desire in their life. Now, I know some of you would say, well, Coach, I'm too busy trying to get my own stuff together. I can't help anyone else. Not so. Sometimes it's a smile. Sometimes it's a compliment. Sometimes it may be you actually in a community where you're encouraging people within that community, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. You find yourself wherever you are adding your positive energy and input to that community. What's going to happen is people are going to begin to recognize you as such. And of course, what you're going to also find is that people are going to also seek ways to bless you. And it may just be an encouraging word. My point to you creators, we all have something to give. Sometimes the something to give may be just a smile or a kind word to a stranger in passing. I could remember one time I was speaking with a young lady and I was telling her about some events that were taking place in her life, and she was surprised and she said, "Are you an angel?" I said, "Well, at this moment, to you, I am." So become an angel in the lives of someone else by sharing a kind thought, a kind word, a kind message. Sometimes just a smile. Whatever is given to you to give, give. And watch, as you give, it's going to be given back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over, will God allow people to pour into your lives? Again, this is Coach DeCarlo saying, have a great and abundant day.